Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and today we're doing part 3 of the What Can I Do When on Holiday in Great Yarmouth. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven. This is part 3 in a 6-part series looking at things that you, yes, you and your family can do this summer in Great Yarmouth. Personally, I am actually going on holiday in October, and I am currently going off season because it is cheaper and it is less crowded. As much as I love kids, I don't need them on my holiday. I have my own and I would love to go away. So, today we are going to be looking at a bunch of stuff that you and your family can do for hopefully a relatively cheap price. Some of these things will cost you money, some of them won't. Let's get into the video. So I have got my trusty phone here to try and give you more details on each of the things. And to start, we're going to jump off to something fairly new to Great Yarmouth, and that is the Jump Warehouse. So the Jump Warehouse has been down there a few years. It's relatively new. They do actually have a Jump Warehouse in quite a few places around Norfolk. They already have one in Norwich. But the Jump Warehouse is a premium indoor trampoline park with a gravity-defying fun and soft play area all under one roof. They offer interconnected trampolines for an anti-gravity experience where you can go from like one to the other. They have an airbag landing zone. They also have cargo net bridges, tunnels, a ball pit, slides, a floor piano for endless exploration. It's perfect for younger kids as well as older kids. They also have a cafe. They have quality food. A weekday, just to give you an idea, a weekday is from £8.50. Obviously, with the quieter season, weekends and during holidays are from £8.50. So, parents who are under 5 can go free. Parent jump free with kids under 5. So parents get to go free if your kid is under 5 years old. One parent per under 5. All parents must complete a waiver. You have to fill in a waiver form. An additional parents are charged the session price. You only get one parent free with a child under 5. So if you come with a mum and dad, they're going to charge you for one, but not for the other. They also hold parties. You can also have food there, which looks really nice. So if you're looking for something to like kill a few hours, this could be right up your street. Obviously, it's not to everybody's taste. But if you want to kill a few hours, and obviously you've got a soft play in there as well if you've got littluns that don't necessarily want to do the trampolining. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have you been to a trampoline park? Next, Regent Street shopping. And this goes without saying that if you go to Yarmouth and you do not go down Regent Street, you have not shopped properly in Yarmouth. So Regent Street is a really long straight road. You cannot miss it coming off the Golden Mile, and it is just filled with shops. Now, some of these shops more appealing than others. My personal favorite, the rock shop, where you can see rock actually being made sometimes during the year. Another personal favorite of mine are the knick-knack shops. Getting your little fridge magnets, getting your little postcards. Some of the other places you will find down Regent Street, you'll have tattoo parlors. There's some food stalls on the way down. There's some crafty stores. There's some t-shirt branding stores. They're the ones that used to be in the underground market that unfortunately burnt down. But if you're looking for like cheap, affordable knickknacks, cheap, affordable food, there are quite a few places along there that aren't looking to rip you off, in all honesty. They're just trying to make a living. There is a favorite food place for me down there which sells 99p hot dogs and I think it's £1.50 burgers. It is beautiful, the food there. It is just so cheap, and you could feed your entire family for like a £5 if you just had a hot dog each. It is, I can't remember the name of it, but you can't miss it. When you go down there, you'll see crowds of people standing outside it, and this great big pan where they do all the hot dogs and the burgers in. And you can get drinks there and condiments and all that. But it is one of my favourite shops down there to eat at. one of my favorite restaurants, should I say, to eat at. Next, we are looking at something you can do for free. Now, there are not a lot of stuff you can do for free in this day and age. This is the beach and the sea. So Yarmouth has a fairly good beach compared to other places around Norfolk. Yarmouth's beach is pretty good. It's not too stony. Plenty of beach space. It's not small. It's not cramped. It doesn't get awfully busy unless you go during like peak time. But the beach itself is pretty nice. Obviously, you don't have to buy anything when you go to the beach, but you can rent a deck chair, which you can get from one of the little huts. You could get a bucket and spade. You could get a ball from the little huts that are along the promenade near the beach. If you wanted to, you could buy windbreaks from there. You can buy towels from there. You know you're always going to forget a towel because you're going to get sandy feet. And then you can go for a walk just on the beach, totally free. It doesn't cost to go for a walk. You go for a paddle in the sea. That's totally free. Paddling, walking. Building sandcastles, if you do need a bucket and spade, or if you do have your own, you can spend hours just making buckets and spades. You can make little moats. You can make a great big sandcastle. So the beach itself is free, which is one of the good things about Yarmouth. The beach is free. The sea is free. You just might find that in peak times, it's a little crowded. Okay, next we're going to Britannia Theatre. So the Britannia Pier itself has gone for a bit of a makeover recently. Now, Britannia Theatre itself has got a lot of criticism recently with the pier itself being updated. I'm sure they're going to do the theatre at some point because it could do with a bit of updating. So, Britannia Theatre throughout the season, usually mostly through August, September, sometimes July, they will have shows. These shows vary in price from around £20 to £30. They're not the cheapest shows, and it's more for adults. So you have Bonkers Britain, which is coming there. That's Katie Hopkins. You've got Jim Davison. He seems to do a show ever so often. This one's called The Next Chapter. Jimmy Carr appears at Yarmouth quite often. That's £37. So you got the King of Pop, Navi, doing Michael Jackson covers. You've got Family Summer Party. So you do have kids stuff. It's just not very often. And then you've got Shawada Waddy, which come there every year. My nan used to go see them. You've got Saving All Your Love for You, which is a new Whitney Houston cover. Thank You for the Music is ABBA. You've got the Drifters. So you've got stuff for like young, middle-aged. You've got Queen, a dazzling tribute. Oh, What a Night is the Frankie Holiday kind of tribute with the Four Seasons. You've got Chubby Brown, which is a comedian. Who else have you got? So you've got Russell Kane's coming there apparently, and then they do stuff at Christmas. So tickets range usually from about 25 to 40 quid or 35. I think Jimmy Carr is like 37. So it's quite expensive. Most of the shows are in the evening. They start between like 7 and half 7. So if you're looking for something to do in the evening after dinner, it would take like 2-3 hours, of your evening up. So you could go there. They don't do a lot of shows really aimed at kids. The Britannia Theatre is more aimed at adults. A lot of Yarmouth is aimed generally at kids, so it is nice to see there is something for adults. Next, we're going to be looking at Laser Quest. Now, Laser Quest is actually in one of the arcades at Great Yarmouth. It's actually in the arcade. Now, if you walked past it, you would miss it. It's in the Mint, and I've actually been in this Laser Quest before. It's pretty cool. So it's a laser tag, and it's open to all ages from 2 players to 30 players. Suitable for all ages, it says. Although when I took my boys, they were probably maybe around 9 or 10 years old. They can do parties. It's £5 a game or £8 for 2 games, which is a bargain price really for kids' entertainment. They open most of the year, and basically what it is you have this little pack on you that lights up. You have a laser quest gun, and the idea is to shoot each other within this indoor environment. And then the winner is the person that obviously doesn't have all their lights shot out. So on arrival, it is in the mint. So I'll show you what I mean. Within the actual mint, there's like a side bit on the front of the mint, and that is where you go for your laser quest. So if you have some like teenagers, young adults, maybe young children to like a point. I mean, I took my boys, I think they were 9 or 10. So you could take them in there for a couple of games, like mix up the day from maybe dinner, trampoline park, and then go here for a few hours and just, kick back. Next, bouncy castles. So there are tons. If you go down Yarmouth, there are tons of inflatables all year round. Mainly they are during the summer holidays, peak times like Easter, May bank holiday, August bank holiday, as long as the weather is fine, because obviously these inflatables are on the beach. You have everything from inflatable obstacle courses, you have slides, and they are quite vast. There are quite a few. Let me just see if I can get a picture up to show you a bit more detail. They do have them like right the way down the seafront. So you do have like, as I can show you there, you do have like slides. And you do have like inflatable obstacle courses, and you have like these big jump ones, like the trampoline ones that you get at the trampoline park. And you have like bouncy castles, like as far as the eye can see. They are usually only used weather dependent because of obviously high winds. They are obviously on sand, so they will bounce. They're suitable for most kids up until about the age of like, realistically, about, I would have said 7 or 8, maybe 9 years old. At a push, they are more designed for the young'uns. Usually you pay like £6, £7 for like half an hour. They also have some of the trampoline ones where you're attached to the bungee cord. So if you have littler ones that want to go on the bouncy castle, and you've got bigger ones for the trampoline bungee cord ones, it all depends on ages. And then obviously some kids, are not adverse to heights, because some of the slides are actually quite high. So next on the list for this video is the carriage ride. Now, I don't know if they still do the Cinderella carriage ride. They used to, back in the day, there used to be a carriage, it used to be called the Cinderella Experience. And the Cinderella Experience was basically a cage, like they used to have for Cinderella. I will show you a picture of here. So it used to be like this. So there is a cage there, and that was the Cinderella Experience. You are pulled around, or they used to have this one. It's a bit clearer. You were pulled around by a horse in a Cinderella cage. Now, I don't know whether they still do this anymore. They used to. It was about £10 or £15. It wasn't cheap, mind you, and they didn't go very far. And you could go up and down in this Cinderella cage. It wasn't very cheap. I mean, back in the day in 2023, I think it was either £10 or £15. It wasn't cheap. It was cheaper at that time, I guess, for the time. But you would go in a carriage and you would go around this little bit and you would go like up and down the seafront. You didn't actually go very far. It was a really short ride compared to the horses that go from one end of Yarmouth to the other. It was a very short ride, and in my eyes it was very overpriced. But if you have a little girl or a boy that wanted to experience being in a princess carousel, you could go there. And the last one today is the Tower Soft Play. So this is fairly new. So let me get some information for you, because it's a fairly new thing. Obviously, my boys are fairly old now, so they don't need to go. But this is a neon adventure soft play. So this is Tower Soft Play. And this is under a sports bar in Great Yarmouth. It is relatively new. If you go along the seafront, you've got the Tower Bar, and in there is the soft play. So they're open every single day from 11:30 till 6. And generally, they ask for the smaller kids. They offer an indoor play area, a private party room, tasty kids' food, hot drinks, snack, a cozy, warm environment. Sometimes they have like Lilo and Stitch turn up. It's endless fun. Obviously, bring your little ones for a day of memories. Now, I don't know how much the prices are, though. Let me see if I can find for you. So, it's fairly new. Obviously, the bar. So, under 6 months is free. And for anyone over 2 years, it's £5. And from 2 to 12, it's £9. And then at peak time, it goes up to £10. And adults are £2. So I don't like how you have to pay for adults. I think that's a bit cheeky that you have to pay for adults to go to a soft play. I mean, it's not like you could let a 2-year-old go on their own. I never understand soft play paying for adults. You're already taking your kids there. They're already fleecing you for enough money. But you can have parties there where they give you party bags and drinks and stuff. But I think it's a bit much to charge parents. You can book a 2-hour session during the week or at weekends. So if you want to take your kids out for a bit, you know, it's entirely up to you. I do find it cheeky that they charge you for adults, though. But if you want to like and subscribe and give us a big thumbs up, if you'd like to support the channel with a PayPal, Super Chat, or Super Thanks, or become a member, let me know whether you've been to any of these things, and prepare yourself for video number 4. Yes, we have 6 videos in this series so far that are coming up. We've already done 3. Give it a thumbs up, share it out. Let me know what you like to do when you go to Yarmouth. I am going in October and I cannot wait for my holiday. I'm only going for 4 days, but 4 days is better than none. And in the UK at the minute, just affording to go on holiday is expensive. That's why I'm going off in off-peak time instead of peak. But let me know what you think, and I will see you very soon for part 4. Bye, guys.